Happy Easter morning. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. So this is a Easter Monday morning confession. The storms just went through and tipped over a bunch of stuff, but no harm done. Power went out for about 5 hours, I think. But confession, I've eaten way too much over the last few days. I don't know what it is about this staying at home, but we seem like we're eating more food than ever before. So yeah, I think I've got an addiction to food. So time to run it off here this morning. So rather than drive to church, I'm gonna run to church and see if I can work off at least one of the grilled carrots that Gracie Griffin made yesterday. Oh my goodness, it was so good. And twice baked potatoes and pork and all kinds of good stuff. So I'll take you along in this run here this morning. Okay, end of mile one. I actually feel pretty good and thought it was ominous. Mile one ends up right in front of a church, a place of help. Let's say something about my condition. Noticed, boy, a lot of power trucks out on Hunt Road this morning. Must have been some lines and trees down on our road, but otherwise things look pretty good. I haven't seen much damage from the storm last night. Pretty beautiful morning. But also thought about all the folks who are involved in healthcare. You know, they're doing important stuff this morning, allowing some of us to have time away from the dangers of coronavirus. So many thanks to all those folks who are doing that kind of work while I'm out here jogging. So let's head on to mile two. Okay, mile two, and just started running past some pecan orchards. You know, those trees that give these wonderful fruits. Well, they're also kind of the messiest trees. So I thought, okay, there is some damage from all these trees. Ran past this particular orchard. I know it's kind of noisy, but pecan tree had fallen down. I probably can't even get a picture of it past this tree. But yeah, definitely some damage of branches that were down. And happened to run past where Rick and Lori Davis run, and thought to myself, I'd like to stop in and say hi. And then I thought to myself, you know, she's a really good cook. If I went over there, I might start eating, because she'd probably offer me something to eat. She wouldn't even have to warm it up. You know, that's the way I'm thinking this morning. Run off 50 calories, I'm ready to eat 200. All right, on to mile three, I think. Yeah, so in mile three, I ran across this cross. It had the white fabric that had been blown off with the wind. I thought, you know, that's pretty neat. I think it almost is more emblematic of the resurrection, you know, the grave clothes of Jesus sitting in the grave someplace. So I was thinking about putting it back on, but you know, I kind of like it the way it looks. Hey, I don't know if the egg shortage is still going on, but if you're looking, here they are. Eggs. Yep, here's where you get them. Right along the way, Houston Lake Road. Okay, and mile three, ready to start mile four. I never recognized where these mile markers fall. So here's Houston Lake Country Club in the background, nice and serene. It's like a good place to spend the day. And I was thinking as I ran that last mile, people probably wonder, you know, don't pastors think about Bible verses, you know, when they're running? So I did think of, you know, Isaiah chapter 40, those who wait on the Lord will renew their strength. They will soar on wings like eagles. They will run and not grow weary. They'll walk and not be faint. Well, it hasn't happened that I'm at that point yet. You know, I think I'm talking about heaven, because I feel a little weary already, but we're going on. And then I don't know what temptation looks like to everybody else, but I think that's just past the temptation. I thought, you know, as we stopped at this mile marker, wow, there's a roller grill right inside of that place. And I could almost name off all the menu items in that roller grill. You know, there's regular hot dogs for $1. There's the smoky links, they're $1.59. There's some breakfast wraps in there. Oh my goodness. So I didn't bring any money, didn't bring any credit cards, and for a reason. Might have been tempted to walk in there and just replace every calorie, which is not very many. So we're gonna get going here to the next mile. All right. Okay, a little stuck inside this morning and unable to go much of any place. It was one of the beautiful scenes I get to run past this morning, Houston Lake. And we're going to try to go kayaking here a little bit later with Ashley. In fact, if anybody wants to go kayaking during this time, land borrowers that too, you're welcome to them. No food or beverage provided. You can have the kayaks. And in fact, we went out there week or so ago. Saw a little alligator swimming along. Otherwise, it's got a small lake. No motorboats or skiing, but a nice place to relax out there. Yeah, so Ashley's home from college, and so I did a few things with her. Last night, as we were eating Easter dinner, I had the courage to ask, so if you missed being back at college in Nebraska, Concordia University, and she didn't have to say anything. I could just read it in her eyes. She was saying, which would you rather be as a 19-year-old? Stuck in a house with a couple 60-year-olds, or back at college with your friends? If she didn't say that, she was nice enough not to, but so she's making the best of it here. And if it had been Micah would have said the words, but yeah, Ashley was polite enough. So we'll keep on the run here. Beautiful house and lake on this morning when it's 71 degrees out already. A lot of water coming off the dam this morning. A couple geese out there in the hillside munching away. Swallows are going crazy, finding bugs here in the marsh. It's a neat scene as I'm running by. Okay, I'm going to try something I've never tried before, and hopefully my camera takes out some of the running motion, but if not, some of you are going to get nausea. So we're to mile 5, and I always kind of like this last mile because it's wooded, not many cars. There's a car drives by, and also this nice little Mount Nebo Baptist Church, just African American church. Kind of reminds me of what life used to be more like in the United States with the churches. And it's just like the church I grew up in, cemeteries right next door to the church, which we lived across the street from. But enjoying this last kind of run through the woods, and knowing that the end of the first half is kind of near. So scriptures kind of encourage, run and not grow weary. Yes. Okay, so finally arrived up here at church and mile 5, and looks like the storm didn't do too much damage around here. So of course, the first thing I thought of when I arrived here was, there's pizza inside and a refrigerator in there, and no one would know if I ate a piece. No, I'm gonna try to resist here. Okay, we'll keep up the run. We'll kind of turn around and get going. So I looked around at church today here, and overall, here's about the extent of the damage. Basketball hoop blew over in the wind. So let that be a lesson to all you parents. Never let your kids play a game of basketball in 50-mile-per-hour winds. Yep, never do that. Yeah, one more lesson here is I'm up at church, so I get here at church and there's a car in the parking lot. So one of our officers is up here working at church, and that's how church is kind of run. Lots of volunteers doing things. And so our treasurer, Rick Hill, hey, thanks for being up here and taking care of things when your pastor's out running around making silly videos like this. Okay, head back down this beautiful wooded Langston Road, mile 6. And actually I had to kind of stop at church to recharge my phone. So kind of cheating here on my run. Took a long break at church. And while I was there, it's interesting to pick up the bulletin from yesterday and see the gospel lesson had running in it. Yeah, I don't know about you, but I normally don't run to do too much. Yeah, I know I'm running right now, but Renee asked me to go get something from the garage. I'm not going to run and do it. I'll walk. But our gospel lesson yesterday said after the women saw the angel at the tomb, they ran with fear and joy. Why'd they run? And then you go to the other gospels, people running in those too. Why they're running? Well, they had some good news of great joy, didn't they? So yeah, running in the Easter story. And we normally don't run unless we have a really good reason. Obviously they had really good reason to bring us hope and joy too in that story. All right, we'll see you at mile 7. So we're on to mile 7, back on noisy Austin Lake Road. And as I ran past Mount Nebo Cemetery, and there's a little hill going up, I thought, man, I could almost lay down in that cemetery about right now. I kind of felt that. Guess I took too long a pause there at church. But we're going to keep going here. Let's hit mile 7. All right, running by a beautiful house and lake again. He leads me beside the still waters. He restoreth my soul. David writes in Psalm 23. We'll keep going here. All right, starting mile number 8. Here we are. People golfing down. Hudson Lake Country Club. Happen to go by another cemetery. Hudson Lake Baptist. I don't know if that's a sign here. I don't know. Second cemetery. And on top of that, yeah, there's Temptation by the dollar. I think I'd be tempted to go in and buy a giant Diet Mountain Dew. And I think some of you are probably saying, "Oh, Pastor, don't you know that diet drinks are poison? I just think they're just poison to you." Okay, we'll tackle diet drinks in another few months here. But right now, that sounds like the most delicious poison there is out there. You won't find that statement in the sermon. But we're going to get going. And every time I do these runs, I always, interesting, I do Google Maps location sharing with Renee. That's a nice little button on Google Maps that up to the right, you can let people know where you're at. You know, I tell her, I'm not home by lunch, okay, I missed lunch, but if I'm not home by dinner, you might want to check on location sharing, and it might be time to go and call Watson Hunt and maybe pick me up along the road someplace. So she kind of knows where I'm at. At this point in the run, I'm kind of ready to get home, but I've got a few more miles to go here, so we'll hoof on, I guess. But, you know, I guess it is good time to say thanks to all the folks at our local funeral homes, Watson Hunt, and all the others, because you know, we have people, nurses and doctors, on the living end of this danger. We have other people on the dying end of this danger, and our folks working in funeral homes. You know, they have a risk that they're playing out too. So let's get on with mile 8 here. Okay, started mile 10. Actually a little less than mile 10 because I had to get off the Houston Lake Road to get away from the traffic noise back here on Hunt Road, and well, am I glad to see the end of this run. Thought about running to Publix this morning, which would have been another 3 mile. I'm glad I did not do that. And you know, kind of end of last mile, shout out to our members who do a lot more exercising, do better at this than I do. I know Dave and Susan Hall, I think they do 5 miles a day. We've got lots of people who've done well in exercising and getting out there. You know, Kathy Cleveland is a great example to all of us. Joe Lidbaum as well, and I know there's many others too. Renee's done her 4 miles this morning, walking, not running. So I'm going to finish this up here. Okay, I can take you on the best part of the run. Finishing. Almost home here. And that is a nice sight to see here this morning. It'll be good to be done with this. And sometimes I don't feel like exercising, that goes for me. So Renee's kind of my motivator. So if I'm going out exercising, what are you going to do? And I'd like to respond, well, I was going to eat a whole bowl of pistachios for breakfast. But and since she's going out, I'm going out too. And so yeah, we made it home. Christ is risen. He is risen indeed. Jesus is alive. Pastor Lambauer is still alive. The first of those two is the more important. So thanks for coming around and along in our 10-mile run here on Easter morning. Hope you have a blessed day. All right, one last thing before I walk in the door. Fashions for my run by Thrivent Financial. Happy Easter.